in Hirota, it means that it will be an all-Japanese affair in the top half of the draw. The Olympic champions and former winners here back in 2016, Matsutomo and Takahashi, will play against another pair from Japan who have also been world number ones, Fukushima and Hirota. The bottom half of the draw, as you can see, the number 2 seeds lost in the quarterfinal. They were beaten finalists a year ago, so that was a bit of an upset. So to our last quarterfinal of the day, and it's the 4th women's singles quarterfinal. Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG, winner of the recent Spain Masters 300 event, up against TAI Tzu Ying, the former world number 1 and 2-time former champion here. Still very much on a mission to reach a 4th consecutive final, because TAI Tzu Ying didn't only win in 2017 and 18, she also reached the final last year. So for TAI Tzu Ying, well, she has been so consistent at the All England Championships. This in fact is her 10th consecutive All England, and looking to reach her 6th consecutive semi-final. Well, we started the tournament with 4 former champions. 3 of the former champions are already in the semi-final stage. And as I've just been telling you, TAI Tzu Ying has won the title twice before, so it's possible that all 4 semi-finalists could be former champions. Led out by Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG, who has never beaten her opponent of today. Both previous meetings were in 2 games, so I'm not sure we should count one of those, because one of those was at junior level. But certainly the last time they played each other was in the first round of the Hong Kong Super Series event of 2017. 21-19, 21-14 for TAI Tzu Ying in 33 minutes. So, the toss of the coin. It seems that Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG has won the toss and has chosen ends. But as far as TAI Tzu Ying is concerned, number 2 seed this year, because her ranking currently number 2. But she did spend an incredible 147 weeks in total as world number 1. As I was saying, a 10th consecutive All England, looking for a 6th consecutive semi-final. And last year, she lost in the final to Chen Yufei, and it was her first loss to Chen Yufei in their 12th meeting. So that was a huge surprise a year ago. Was a little bit wobbly in her first round, as you can see, against Chai Yan-Yan of China, dropped the opening game, but against the 2017 World Junior Champion Gregoria Mariska Tunjung of Indonesia in the second round, saved a couple of game points in that opening game before winning it 22-20, 21-16 the second game. She's already been in a final this year, the Malaysian Masters, TAI Tzu Ying. But her opponent, Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG, the 22-year-old from Rayong on the east coast of the Gulf of Thailand. She actually went down a couple of places in the world ranking this week to 17, has been as high as 14, and as I was going to tell you, she's actually won a tournament this year, her first ever World Tour title. That was at the Spain Masters in Barcelona recently. Beat Han Yue of China in 3 games. In that deciding game, which she won 24-22, she'd actually been 19-12 up and suddenly went 19-20 down, lost 8 straight points, but saved 2 match points before eventually winning it 24-22. Beat the number 7 seed, Hebing Jiao, the only seed not to make it through to the quarterfinal. The left-handed Hebing Jiao beaten in 3 games in an hour and 12 minutes. So she's had a great tournament so far, has Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG. Alan Potter from England, our umpire for this one. And Kang Sung Young from Korea, the service judge. Well, Steen, it's an astonishing record, looking to reach a 6th consecutive semi-final. But what would be even more astonishing if TAI Tzu Ying were to win this one and her next match, it would be a 4th consecutive final for TAI Tzu Ying.
Yeah. In a stadium that's not necessarily favoring her.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, TAI Tzu Ying.
But on the other hand, you could say that her accuracy comes into play here, because she can definitely use the whole court to chase her opponent around.
Thailand. Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG to serve. Level. Play.
So the unseeded Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG of Thailand.
Service over.
Nearest to us is the former champion, 3-time finalist, TAI Tzu Ying.
To love.
Just wide. So the question is, Steen, how does CHOCHUWONG turn things around when 2 previous meetings she hasn't even won a game?
Yeah, that's very difficult the way I see it. It requires a lot of shot quality from CHOCHUWONG, because she can't match TAI Tzu Ying on movement.
Match TAI Tzu Ying on racket skills. TAI Tzu Ying.
No.
Greatest variety, probably, of shots in women's singles in world badminton. Wonderful disguise and deception and beautiful movement around the court. It's 2 very good reasons why she was world #1 for 147 weeks. Getting the first point on the board will help settle nerves. That's a good smash straight down the line, very accurate.
2-5.
It's interesting how she's made a steady improvement. This is her 3rd All-England Championships, CHOCHUWONG. And 2 years ago, she lost in the first round to Sindhu, PV Sindhu. Last year, lost in the 2nd round to Herbing Jiao, who she beat yesterday. Got revenge, so at least a quarter-final. She's year on made an improvement for the 3 years she's been here.
She has, and she's done it outside of the Thailand national team, because she left the Thailand national team, I think it was 1.5, 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure of the date, but
yes, she was January 2019. She went independent.
And her reason was that she felt that the Thailand national team sent her to too many tournaments, so she had no time for improvement, no time for working on the things she needed to improve to become a better player. And as a result of that, when she plays other players from the Thailand national team, there's actually coaching.
Yes, I'd noticed that. Oh, great retrieving from TAI Tzu Ying. It's gone long.
But it's really difficult to see
9-2.
the way for CHOCHUWONG to create problems for TAI Tzu Ying. It just seems like Tai is stronger in almost all departments.
Yeah. It's a lovely punch clear.
10-2.
To the mid-game interval with a 9-point advantage. 11-2 the lead for the number 2 seed, Tai Tzu Ying. Only 4 minutes played.
That's one of the fastest first half games I can remember.
Yeah. Coach, there he is.
Quarter 1, 20 seconds. Quarter 1, 20 seconds. (11-2). Play.
He's gone wide.
12-2.
Okay, Steen, so both you and I are in agreement that Tai Tzu Ying has got better movement, better racket skills.
Yeah.
You can't, with your coach's role on, Steen, you can't sort of say to your player, just, well, you're not good enough for this match. What sort of things do you say to a player to get them to dig deep, to try something different? Given what you were saying earlier in the week, if your player can't implement the tactics or the skills that you're suggesting.
I think actually a couple of times I've said to them, "You're not good enough." I think I have, but I mean, it's about.
I'm glad you never coached me.
But it's about focusing on some goals, some development goals that you're working on in your game. You can anticipate what you're going to face. So how do you want to react to it?
Oh. 4-13.
Just shadowing her shot. I thought for a moment she was going to challenge there with the racket arm up. There was no question, that was clearly long. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely pinpoint accuracy.
14-4.
It's a good high lift that should make it difficult for Tai, but she's just firing it on the line. So yeah, there's not much she can do at the moment.
I suppose all players know that at times Tai Tzu Ying can go on a little bit of a walkabout, can't she? She can lose her focus and suddenly lose a few points. You've got to perhaps hope that she has one of those little lapses in concentration.
I get a picture of Crocodile Dundee in my head now for that walkabout. But yeah, sometimes there's lapses in concentration, and that's of course something that CHOCHUWONG should look for and see if she can exploit. So So don't get disheartened. At times you will look silly playing Tai Tzu Ying. At times you will be at one corner and the shuttle in the other.
Oh, look at that. Well, that is a perfect mixture. What do you call that, a block?
Deception, look at the deception.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looked as if she was going to lift the shuttle. It's amazing. Terrific play.
And she also started out a little bit slow in the final in Barcelona against Carolina Marin, but I felt it was more or less Marin who got ahead of herself in the remaining 2 games that CHOCHUWONG managed to win.
Service over, 6-17.
Oh, she's got some strapping on
I noticed
her
that.
left thigh.
I think it's her left knee.
Is it left knee? Okay.
Shots like that show me that she doesn't have the belief. Yes, it is the knee.
You're right, Joe.
It is the knee. Got strapping on her left ankle too. Just doesn't look to me as if she believes. 2 points away from the opening game, the number 2 seed, Tai Tzu Ying.
Yeah, I agree, but there's been nothing to gain belief from.
Service over.
She's scored points here and there, but it's never really been as a part of a game plan or anything. It's been points showing up.
Another error, and it's game point opportunities.
Service over, 20,
Tai Tzu
game
Ying.
point 7.
Yeah, super net shot from Pornpawee on that occasion.
Service over, 8-20.
Took it early. That was the big key. Racket arm outstretched. Got the tumble.
That's well played.
Good angle. Probably the longest rally of the match. Yeah, on a third match, on a game point opportunity, Tai Tzu Ying takes the opening game, 21-9.
By Tai Tzu Ying,
12 minutes only for that opening game.
这1、2个小地方注意就好。那其他保持好自己的移动节奏，把它做好。
Pornpawee CHOCHUWONG, way back on court. Her coach didn't spend an awful lot of time with her. Maybe he adopted the Steen Peterson approach. You're not good enough. We've got to work harder.
You're going to lose.
I don't believe that for one moment.
Second game, level play. Service over, 1 love. Two love.
Oh yeah, that's a good smash. Well, whatever the coach said, it's had the desired effect.
3 love.
First 3 points of this second game to CHOCHUWONG.
Yeah.
Service over, 1-3.
Good rally. Oh, that's a good shot. Yeah.